can't stop. A family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
Hello and welcome to BGSUFalcons.com. I'm Evan Pivik, joined by assistant coach Barry Schutte, and today we have to explain some of the NLI signings. And to do that, again, assistant coach Barry Schutte. So, coach, we're going to talk first about Cameron Wright from St. Michael's of the OJHL. What does he have that you like that makes him, well, a right to be a Falcon?
Yeah, well, Cameron Wright is probably following a similar path to recent graduate Mark Cooper. Played at St. Mike's from the Toronto area. Real talented offensive forward, can play the wing and center. He's a scorer, he's a shooter, but his biggest strength, I think, is his hockey IQ and his overall stick skills. He makes players around him better, and he sees the ice really well. So when we talked about recruiting Cameron, from a hockey perspective, we were looking to create some more offense, add some power play stick guys to our lineup. And if you look at his 3 years now, this is his third season with St. Mike's in the Ontario Junior Hockey League, and he's been able to do that and put points up at a higher rate each season that he's been there, and find a way to be that go-to player that needs to score a goal at that critical time in the game, and he's proven that he can do that. So from a hockey perspective, his strength is his IQ, his scoring ability, his playmaking ability, and we felt like with some of our upcoming graduates that we're going to need some additional help up front.
Now, is he next year coming in to play for the Falcons?
Yes, he'll enroll in this upcoming fall.
All right, so that's Cameron Wright again from St. Michael's of the OJHL. Now going on to Eric Duff, a goaltender from the Tri-City in the USHL. What do you like about him?
Yeah, Eric's a Columbus boy who's played with the Ohio Blue Jackets Youth Association for a bunch of years, and he's a real technical goaltender. He's a student of the game. He's part of the goalie world, or when it comes down to, he knows everyone and their stats, and he's a phenomenal young man, and he's a professional. From the standpoint of his everyday approach is outstanding, and he takes full advantage of the opportunity that's presented him every day. And so he had a really good run with the Ohio Blue Jackets Youth Association at U18 and U16. He started this year in the North American Hockey League with Minot, and had a really good start there, and ultimately got picked up by Tri-City Storm in the USHL. So he's currently our plan to replace Chris Nell when that time comes, and he's very efficient. He's very technical, and he's always in a position to make a second, third save, and he usually finds a way to make that big save at that key moment in that game. So we're really excited about him as a person, and more excited about him as a player because of his daily approach is at such a high level. How different
is it recruiting forwards or defensemen in comparison to goaltenders?
Yeah, goaltending's a unique position for sure, and a lot of programs won't commit to goaltenders until they've been at the junior level and proven that. So you have to do your homework, and it comes down to the wiring of the individual. And I mean, I've heard from NHL guys that until that player gets to that level, whether it be the American League or the National Hockey League, that you don't know if they're going to stop pucks at that level. So it's hard, which is why you go back to the person and their approach. And he's been a student of the game for a long time, and he works tirelessly to hone his craft. And we feel like we're not really taking a huge chance on him as a goaltender because he's such a solid person. And at the end of the day, his opportunity here is going to be great, and we fully expect him to take advantage of that.
Now on to back to skaters. Alex Barber, Ohio Blue Jackets of the U18 mid-major. We just mentioned another player coming from there, playing previously. What do you like from Alex Barber?
Yeah, Alex, he's got lots of ties to Bowling Green. His grandparents taught at Bowling Green. His father was raised in Bowling Green. And he's very familiar and takes a lot of pride in what Bowling Green State University is all about. And he's a big-time student, and he's really just starting to come into his own as a hockey player. And he plays the game exactly the way we want to play the game. He's relentless. He's tireless with his effort. He's got a high IQ. and he can make a bunch of hockey plays, and he makes those players around him. And this year, at the midget major level, he's proving to score. He's worked a lot to get stronger. He hasn't been able to keep the strength up with his growth, but this past summer he was able to make some huge strides in that. So again, another forward, as you look at the way we want to play, we want to be able to skate, we want to be able to get to the offensive zone and make small hockey plays in all three areas, and he can do that. He's going to be a pretty good-sized kid when it's all said and done, and he's going to play the game relentless with a bunch of pace, and then just that kid that will be able to make players around him better.
All right, now going on to as we wrap up here with Barry Schutte, Brandon Cruz from Brookings Blizzard in the NAHL. What do you like from Brandon? Brandon's
a special talent. He's another forward who's going to be looked upon to be that power play guy. He's an elite skater. He would skate as well as any professional that you'd see out there, and it looks effortless. His hockey mind and IQ, for our current fans, if you watch some of the things Alec Rauhauser does on the back end for us this year as a freshman, he can see the second layer and third layer of the ice sheet. Brandon has that capability. He's real patient, really poised, and sees and thinks the game really well. And those players around him are fortunate, and he'll make you look good if you happen to be on his line, because he can make those plays. So real dynamic. Again, we're looking to bring some added skill to our lineup in the coming years, and Brandon certainly does that. He's an elite talent that is an outstanding young kid who's fun to be around. He's got a true passion for the game, and we're looking for him to come into the lineup and add some skill as a top six forward and be that power play guy.
Well, an exciting future for the Bowling Green Falcons. Assistant Coach Barry Schutte, thank you very much for joining me and talking about a few of these players.
Thanks for having me.